Good morning, students. Today we'll begin a new lesson. Already from your political science, you have learned something. In your previous lesson, Constitution, you have been learned something regarding the Indian Constitution. You have been learned something regarding the Indian Constitution. Regarding our Constitution, rights, directive principle, state policy, etc. etc. You have been learned. So here, already you have been learned that in the preamble you have been learned. In that you have been learned that the India is sovereign, socialistic, secular, democratic republic. Democratic republic. So already in the silent features of the constitution, so many are there. In that one particular point is the federal system. You have been learned that we have been adapted in the constitution itself, federal system. So here, England and France, they are having a unitary system of government, a single government for the whole country. Single government for the whole country. Means we can say the single government, unitary system, single government for the whole country. But India, like United States of America, has a federal system of government. Federal system of government. So we have been federal system, we have been adopted in our constitution itself. So federal system, so India adopted and it follows the federal system of government. So that means we are having the two types of government. Two types of government. Two types of government, or we can say two governments. So one is the central, another is the state. Union government and the state government. Means here power is being shared between the two. Center and the state. Power is being shared between central and the state government. So India is a union of states. The power of the nation is been divided between the center and the state. However, the central government has been given more powers. However, the central government has been given the more power because defense of the country, emergencies, that all depends on the central government. So in the federal system, central government will be having the more power, and the power will be shared between the. Already we have been studied 99 subject in the state list, in the central list, state list and the concurrent list. So that means in the central list, state list and concurrent list, three lists are there. So central government has more subject. It can make rules, regulations, laws on those 99 subjects. State government 55, concurrent 79. So it is an example that the India follows the federal system. So in the federal system, the central government access power on the legislature, executive and the judiciary of the country. So today we will study regarding the union government. Today we will study regarding the union government. So in the union government, first comes the union legislature. The union government. The first comes the union legislature. Union legislature. So India has adopted the parliamentary system of government, and the union legislature is called parliament. India has adopted the parliamentary system of government, and union legislature is being called as parliament. Union legislature is being called as parliament. Remember this thing. Question may come for 1 mark. The union legislature is called as parliament. According to Article 79, it provides the creation of parliament. Article 79, it provides for the creation of the parliament. It has been completely briefly given in the Article 79. In the Article 79, it has been briefly given regarding the parliament. Regarding the creation of parliament. The parliament consists of two houses. The upper house is called as Rajya Sabha and the lower house is called as Lok Sabha. The parliament consists of two houses. Upper house is called as Rajya Sabha and the lower house is called as Lok Sabha. So first we will study regarding the Rajya Sabha. So Rajya Sabha, already I have said, it is been called as the upper house of the parliament. Rajya Sabha is been called as the upper house of the parliament. So the number of seats in Rajya Sabha 250. The number of seats in Rajya Sabha, 250 seats are there. 250 seats are there in Rajya Sabha. In that 250 seats, 238 are elected by the. So number of seats in Rajya Sabha 250. In that 250, 238 members are elected by the State Assembly, Union Territories, State Assembly and Union Territories. So the capacity of the number of seats in Rajya Sabha is 250. 250 seats are there. In that 250 seats, 238 members are elected by the members of the state assemblies and the members of the union territories. So there will be the question mark. So in 230, where are the 12? How does the 12 members are there? So 12 members, they have been elected. They have been nominated, they have been not elected. The remaining 12 members, they have been nominated by the President of India. With the recommendation of the central government, 12 members are nominated by the President of India. So those who have been excellent in the field of art, literature, social service, sports, science, etc., they have been nominated by the President of India. So those 12 members have been nominated by President. Recently, I think last year, Sachin Tendulkar, the famous cricketer, has been appointed as nominated as the Rajya Sabha member. Nominated as the Rajya Sabha member. So Rajya Sabha is also been called as the House of Elders. Rajya Sabha is also been called as the House of Elders. Why it will be called a House of Elders? Because the aged person or the elders will take part in the participation. And above 30, they have to be only, they can be nominated or they can be elected towards the Rajya Sabha. So it is being called as the House of Elders. So 250, the Rajya Sabha, 250 members are there. In that 250 members, 238 members are elected by the state assemblies and union territories. Remaining 12, they are being nominated by the President of India. Who can be nominated? Those who are given excellent in their field, arts, science, social service, sports, etc. So they can be nominated with the recommendation of the central government. So next we will come towards the term of office. So Rajya Sabha, it is a permanent body or it is a permanent house. So Lok Sabha, for every 5 years, it has to be dissolved, there is election. But for Rajya Sabha, it will not dissolve, it is a permanent house. So the term of the members is 6 years. The term of the members is 6 years. The term of the members of the Rajya Sabha is 6 years. For every 1/3 of its member retired on the completion of 6 years. So 1/3 of its members retired on the completion of 6 years. Term every second year. So Rajya Sabha is a permanent body. It will not dissolve. So every year 1/3 of its member get retired after the completion of the 6 years, or they may resign. They may give their resignation also. So in their place the new members are elected. If the members don't wish, they may resign also. If the members they are not willing to continue with the members of Rajya Sabha, they can resign. So this is regarding the Rajya Sabha. The term of office of Rajya Sabha is 6 years, not 5 years. 6 years. So and it is a permanent body. For every 5 years, for every 6 years, after the completion of 6 years, for completion of 6 years of every member, they will get retired. In their place, the new members are elected or nominated. So this is regarding the Rajya Sabha, the term of office of Rajya Sabha. So next, qualification required to become the members of Rajya Sabha. So here the qualification, you have learned earlier. First and foremost, should be the citizen of India. It is a must and should. Next, should be not less than 30 years. Of age. Should not have been punished under law. should not have been punished under law, should not have been declared to be the person of unsound mind by a court of law. Unsound mind. Next, should possess the qualification specified from time to time by the parliament. From time to time, what the parliament decides regarding to become the member of the parliament. So those qualifications it should. That person should have. Those who want to become the members of the Rajya Sabha. So now the qualification is decided. So afterwards, the vice president is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. So vice president of India, he is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. The deputy chairman is chosen from among the members. So vice president is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. So among the members of Rajya Sabha, one member will be chosen as the deputy chairman. Deputy chairman. So at least 10% of its members should be present during the session. Minimum more than 25 members should be there in the while the session is going on. So more than 25 members should be there. The house should meet at least twice in a year. The house, the Rajya Sabha, it should meet at least twice in a year. At least twice in a year. So this is regarding the Rajya Sabha. This is regarding the Rajya Sabha. This is regarding the Rajya Sabha. So next we will move towards the another important house of the parliament. Already I have said. Already we have discussed. So union legislature it consists two houses. Upper house is Rajya Sabha, lower is Lok Sabha. So you may question, which house is more powerful? If it was a class, I would give the example, but here I directly say. So in the both houses, Lok Sabha is the more powerful. Lok Sabha is powerful house. So next, Lok Sabha. The members of Lok Sabha, they have been elected directly by the people. Members of Lok Sabha, they have been elected directly by the people. So it is known as the House of People. Lok Sabha is known as the House of People. So Rajya Sabha is known as the House of Elders. It is known as the House of People. Why? The members are directly elected by the people, so it is known as the House of People. And the most powerful house in the parliament. So the maximum numbers of seats in Lok Sabha is 543. So 545 members are there. In the 545 members are there in the Lok Sabha. Remember, 545 members are there. In that 545 members, 543 members they are directly elected by the people. 543 members they are 543 members they are directly elected by the people. Only two members they have been nominated by the President of India. Only two members they have been nominated by the President of India. They are none other than the two Anglo-Indians are nominated by the President of India to the Lok Sabha. Two Anglo-Indians. So for the Rajya Sabha, 12 members are nominated by the President. Here for Lok Sabha, two Anglo-Indians are nominated by the President. So total strength of Lok Sabha is 545. In that 545, 543 members are directly elected by the people. Only two members are nominated by the President. So they are none other than the Anglo-Indians. None other than the Anglo-Indians. So 79 seats are reserved for the ST scheduled caste and 41 seats are reserved for the ST scheduled tribe. 79 seats are reserved for the in this 543. 79 seats are reserved for the SC scheduled tribe, scheduled caste, and 41 seats are reserved for the ST scheduled tribes. So next, term of office. Term of office. So Lok Sabha members are elected for the term of 5 years. For the term of 5 years. And it is not a permanent body. It is not a permanent body. Lok Sabha is not a permanent body. It dissolves every 5 years. It dissolves every 5 years. So here, on the recommendation of the Prime Minister, the President may dissolve the Lok Sabha. During emergency, the term may extend 1 year. During emergency term, during the time of emergency in the country, at that time it may extend for 1 year. It may extend for 1 year. So this is regarding the term of office of the Lok Sabha. So next, qualifications to become the member of the Lok Sabha. So first and foremost, same thing. Should be the citizen of India. Should be the citizen of India. Must not be less than 25 years of age. Must not be less than 25 years of age. Should not hold any office of profit under the government. Under the government. Should not be the person of unsound mind. Huಚ್ಚ ಆಗಿರಬಾರದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಜಾಡದಾಗ ಹುಚ್ಚ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರೋ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರದು unsound mind. So next, should not be punished under the law. Should not be punished under the law. Next, should possess the qualification as specified by the parliament from time to time. From time to time, whatever the qualifications are being possessed by the parliament, it should be that particular person, he should have it. So this is regarding the qualifications to become the member of the Lok Sabha. So next, another important post in the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha Speaker. Lok Sabha Speaker. So who is the present Speaker of Lok Sabha? So Om Birla is the present Speaker of Lok Sabha. Om Birla is the present Speaker of Lok Sabha. So here, now how does the particular person will be elected? That is important. The members of the Lok Sabha, the members of the Lok Sabha, they elect one person as their speaker. They elect one person as their speaker and another person as the deputy speaker. Speaker and deputy. One person will be elected as the speaker, another person will be elected as the deputy speaker. Deputy speaker. The speaker has to be impartial. Conduct the proceedings of the Lok Sabha. Conduct the proceedings of the Lok Sabha. He should maintain the dignity and decorum of the Lok Sabha. Even the Prime Minister, he should respect the Lok Sabha Speaker. Even the Prime Minister. Means just think, the Prime Minister should respect it. Other all the members, other all the ministers and other all the members should respect the Lok Sabha Speaker. All the proceedings, whatever goes on in the Lok Sabha, is carried out by the Lok Sabha Speaker. So, according to protocol, even the President should respect the President. Even the Prime Minister should respect the Lok Sabha Speaker. So, when the bills get equal votes, in the Lok Sabha, at that time, the Speaker has power to cast his vote. Speaker has power to cast his vote. In the absence of Speaker, Deputy Speaker will look after or will conduct the proceedings in the Lok Sabha. So this is regarding the Lok Sabha, the term of office, and the Lok Sabha Speaker So next, role and work of the opposition leader. So when two parties are there, majority party and so non-majority party, they will be having an opposition leader. So opposition party leader highlights the wrong done by the government, alerts the government, examines the policies of the government, keeps government, council of ministers and the officials alert. So this is the work of the opposition party leader. And opposition party leader, he is a respectable position in the legislature. So opposition party leader means he is a respectable position. Means he has a respectable position in the legislature. Opposition party. So this is regarding the Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. So next we move towards the union legislature. So one more thing about the union legislature. Power and function of the parliament. So union legislature, it has been having its own power and function. Union legislature, so it looks after the whole country. It is having its own power and function. So power and functions of the parliament. So here, first from the important power, legislative power, administrative power, financial power, judicial power, power to amend the constitution, other power. So these are the power and function of the parliament. So important question from exam point of view. It's an important question. Legislative power, administrative power, financial power, judicial power, power to amend the constitution, other power. So these are the powers and functions of the parliament. So first, the legislative power. First, the legislative power. The main function of the parliament is to make the laws. It can frame the laws of all the subject mentioned in the central list as well as in the concurrent list. Central list and even the subject mentioned in the central list and in the concurrent list. All the subject has those all subject. It can make powers. It can make powers. The financial bill has to be presented only in Lok Sabha. Only financial bill. Only the financial bill, it has to be presented in Lok Sabha first. Then in the Rajya Sabha. Other bills, it can be presented anywhere. In the Rajya Sabha or in the Lok Sabha. It can be presented anywhere. So after the discussion goes on, in the house regarding the bills which are being presented, the bills which are presented, then after the discussion in both the houses, the bills or the laws, it will be sent towards the president. So when it has been agreed by Rajya Sabha and when it is agreed by Lok Sabha, afterwards the bill will send towards the president. After the signature of the president, then only it will become a law. Then only it will become a law. So this is the legislative power of the parliament. So next, administrative power. Next one, the administrative power. The administrative power in the parliamentary system of government, Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers form the executive. Executive means those who look after the administrative power. They are the real executive. Real executive means ups and downs of the government depends upon the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. They are the real executive. They are the real executive. The Union Cabinet is accountable towards the Parliament. So administrative powers, who will run the party which has been secured the majority, that party will look after the government. They will run the government. Means they are accountable towards the Lok Sabha. They are accountable towards the Lok Sabha. The members of the Parliament ask questions which must be answered by the ministers. Any question is being asked by any member of the Parliament towards the government, that department minister, he has to answer. So here, the Council of Ministers can be in power only till the ministers, they are having means only till they gain the trust in the Parliament. Parliament has control over the executive. The Parliament has control over the executive. The whole executive comes under the Parliament itself. Executive means nothing but all the government officials, they come. So they are being called as the executive. They come under the central government. The present government who is running, or present party who is running government, they come under the complete administration, come under the government. So they are called as the executive. So next comes the financial power. Lok Sabha access total control over the financial matters of the country. Financial power. Lok Sabha access total control over the financial matters of the country. Earlier I have said, Lok Sabha, the members elected directly by the people. So it is a powerful house of the Parliament. So whatever regarding the country's financial matter, that has to be discussed first in the Lok Sabha itself. And the financial bill, first it has been kept in first it has been presented in the Lok Sabha itself. The financial bill must be first introduced in the Lok Sabha. After being passed by the Lok Sabha, the bill goes towards the Rajya Sabha for the discussion. The Rajya Sabha can give the certain suggestions and direction and also delay. And if the Rajya Sabha delays the financial bill for more than 14 days, it doesn't give its consent. It has been given its consent and it will be sent towards the prime minister, sent towards the president. So after the signature of the president, it will become a law. It will become a law. Means it has been approved. It has been approved. So next comes the judicial power. Judicial powers. Both the houses of the parliament, they have an authority to remove the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court. Both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they are having authority to remove the judges of the Supreme Court and High Court through the motion of impeachment. Through the motion of impeachment, they can remove them. If they have been found guilty, corruption, they can be removed. Only the parliament has power to remove the judges, not others. Only the parliament. So they also have power to discuss the findings of the report released by the judiciary. If judiciary has been released any report or anything, so that will be discussed in the parliament. Next, power to amend the constitution. Power to amend the constitution. So here, both the houses of the parliament have equal power to amend the constitution. The amendment bill can be presented in any house, in the Rajya Sabha or in the Lok Sabha. In any house it can be presented. Any house it can be presented. And after the discussion, the approval of both the houses is needed. Approval of both the houses is needed. After the approval of both the houses, it is been sent towards the president. When the president puts his signature, it will become a law. It has been approved. It has been approved. So now you can say that the power to amend the constitution. So I think 1 year back, abrogation of the Article 370. You are knowing the abrogation. So that is nothing but the best example for the power to amend the constitution. Whatever the power constitution was been through constitution, the Article 370 has been put on in the J&K, Jammu and Kashmir. After 70 years, it has been removed. After 70 years, through amending the constitution, Article 370 has been removed from the Jammu and Kashmir. So it is one of the best example, power to amend the constitution. Power to amend the constitution. And in the power to amend the constitution, in the about the abrogation of the Article 370. First it was been presented in the Rajya Sabha. When in Rajya Sabha it was been approved, then it was been taken towards the Lok Sabha. So after it was been approved in the Lok Sabha, it went towards the president signature. So it's history now. Myself and yourself, you are knowing that today Jammu and Kashmir, the special status has been given to the Jammu and Kashmir in the name of 370, Article 370. It has been removed. So today it is been Union territory, one of the union territories of India. One of the union territories of India. So that is nothing through the power of which it is nothing but the constitution has been amended. Constitution has been amended. So that power to amend the constitution, the union legislature has power to amend the constitution. So next, other powers. Next on the other powers. So other powers to frame the laws relating to the powers of the jurisdiction and of the Supreme Court, to establish one High Court for more than 2 or more states, to create the new states, rename them, to determine the boundaries of the country, the boundaries of the states, country, etc. Best example is I think Gulbarga. So today it has been called as Kalburgi. Earlier it was been called as Gulbarga, and Bijapur. So today it has been called as Vijaypura. Earlier it was been called as Bijapur. So constitution to by the amending constitution or by the powers of the parliament, the name has been changed. Only the central government or the parliament has power to change the name of any place. So earlier Kalburgi, earlier it was been called as Gulbarga. So 4 years back, it has been called as Kalburgi. And comes the Vijaypura. It has been from 4 years, it has been called as Vijaypura. Earlier it was been called as Bijapur. Madras was now it has been called as Chennai. So like that, only Parliament has power to change the name of any place, state, place, district, etc. And for the creation of the new states, to decide the boundaries of the states or the boundaries of the country, only Parliament has power. Only Parliament has power. To discuss the report of the certain committees, Public Service Commission, Backward Commission, Finance Commission, Election Commission, Backward Class Commission, etc., etc. So that can be discussed in Parliament. And to approve the declaration of emergency, like national emergency, state emergency, and financial emergency. So only the only Parliament, only in the Parliament these emergencies can be discussed. So next comes the Union Executive. Union Executive. Next comes the Union Executive. So Union Executive, the executive implements the law favored by the Union legislature. It also implements the program and policies of the Union government. The Union Executive consists President, Prime Minister, Union Cabinet. President, Prime Minister, Union Cabinet. So this is called as the Union Executive. President, Prime Minister, and Union Cabinet. The President is the constitutional head. President is the head of the executive. Head of the executive. In the name of President, whereas the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers form the actual executive or the real executive. So President, Union Executive. So President is the head of the executive. He is the head of the executive. But the real power is vested in the hands of these two. Prime Minister and the Union Cabinet. So they are the real person who runs the government. So real power is vested in the hands of the Prime Minister and the Union Cabinet. So he is just the head of the constitutional head of the Union Executive. So President. Article 52 of our Constitution has created the post of President. The Indian President is the constitutional head of the country. So Indian President, he is the constitutional head of the country. He is the constitutional head. He is the first citizen, the head of the executive, and he is also the commander-in-chief of all the armed force, Army, Navy, and Air Force. So he enjoys the highest position in the country. As he is the custodian of all the executive power of the nation. No court of law can question the conduct of his prosecution. No court of law can question his proceedings. So he is just a constitutional head of the country. But in the name of President, the real executive or the real power is vested in the hands of the Prime Minister and his cabinet. So Prime Minister. So who is the present Prime Minister? Who is the present President of India? Ramnath Kovind is the President of India. Who is the present Prime Minister of India? Narendra Modi. You know what? You are knowing it. So Prime Minister. Next come Prime Minister. The Constitution has provided for the Council of Ministers with the Prime Minister as the head, and to assist him the Council of Ministers are So to assist, let's say a Prime Minister is the Prime Minister is the real head of the executive. In the name of President, they will look after the country. Or they will run the government, or they will make the administration. The President is the head of the country, whereas he enjoys all the powers, etc. But the real head of the government or the real head of the executive is the Prime Minister. So next, powers of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, he has a certain power. Appointment and the removal of ministers and allocating the portfolios towards the. So that comes under the Prime Minister. the Prime Minister recommends to President to appoint the so and so person as the so and so minister. So that only the Prime Minister has power. And he allows the portfolio, certain department, Railway Minister, Finance Minister, Foreign Affairs Minister, etc. It is being given by the Prime Minister itself. So it is the power of the Prime Minister. So next, head of the government. Prime Minister is the head of the government. The Prime Minister is responsible for all the action of the government. He coordinates the activities of the various ministers. Means he is responsible person for responsible for each and everything of the government. Next, head of the Union Cabinet. So Prime Minister is the head of the Union Cabinet. The meeting of the Union Cabinet are held under the chairmanship of Prime Minister. All the discussions of the issues of the nation and international importance or international issues, they are being discussed under the leadership of the Prime Minister itself. So next, Prime Minister, he is the link between the President and the Council of Ministers. Prime Minister is the link between the Prime Minister. He is the link between the President and the Council of Ministers. Or you can say President and the Union Cabinet or President and the Council of Ministers. So next, Union Cabinet. So Union Cabinet is the real executive. And has the ministers in two categories. So first one is the cabinet minister. And the second one is the minister for states. And today one more is the cabinet minister, deputy minister, and the minister for the states. So these are the three types of ministers. And next, the maximum strength of the Union Cabinet is 15% of the total strength of the Parliament. What is the total strength of the Parliament? In that, 15% it should be there. Cabinet strength. The Cabinet has two kinds of responsibilities of his department. It has the individual responsibilities are there, and already I have said earlier, deputy ministers and the ministers of states, they have been given to the assistant. For example, most importantly, for the Railway Minister, Foreign Affairs, Finance Minister, so there will be deputy ministers because it is a big department, a big portfolio to look after it. So deputy ministers will be given, or the ministers of states will be given. So this is regarding the Union Cabinet. And the last concept is the no confidence motion. The last concept. So here, if a majority of Lok Sabha members lose their confidence on and withdrawn the support of the Prime Minister and his cabinet, the Prime Minister as well as the cabinet has to resign. So sometime what happens here, a government will be run by the multi-party. More than one party government will be run. So now no need of the more than one party because 320 members are there. In a single party they are having the majority. Sometime multi-party they will join hands together and they will run a government. If any person resigns from the government or resigns as the Lok Sabha members, so party will be reduced, the majority will be reduced. At that time, the Prime Minister and Union Cabinet, they have to resign from that particular post. So same thing goes on in the state government. Same thing goes on in the state government. ಸಮಿಶ್ರ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿರುವ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಆಗಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. So this is regarding the union government and whatever the related. So question answers I will be marking in your test room. So exercise, whatever I will be marking, only those questions you have to write. So ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಕ್, ಫಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು, ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕಡೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಐ ಬಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್. So I mark the certain questions in the exercise. Only those question answers you have to answer. So for this year, workbook and notes both are same. And don't ask the same question again and again. For this year, there is no need of making separate notes. So for this year, workbook and notes both are same. Thank you.